Hey guys, welcome to TCR. Sid here, thanks for clicking on the video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Well, you guys have been asking for it, so I'm gonna give it to you. Here's a little tour of the property. So here we are in the front, right by the pasture here. And we're gonna go through this side gate to the back portion. If I can get the gate, freaking seriously right now, I can't open this gate to save my life. There we go. Sorry guys, it's a little bright out here, but that's all right. So we have this little walkway along the side of the house that runs next to the pasture. We've got the beginning of Mike's garden over here. Right on the other side of that wall is the laundry room where I spend far too much time. And Mike's got some peppers growing in this raised bed. It changes depending on the time of year and everything. We've got our lavender bushes over here, which are gonna need to be whacked back a bit. Got some holdover grapes over here that the horses tend to nibble on in the pasture, but you know, it's all good. Some of these did not make it through the flood. So they're, wow, yeah. So they're a little bit, you know, far gone. We just finished processing birds, so not everything has been put away yet. There's still some stuff sitting out here from processing. We might end up processing again this weekend too, so we might just kind of let it roll on over. But this is the little lawn area, I guess you could say. A little Frankie swing here. Moving right along to Mike's garden. We'll walk through here and we end up in Mike's garden. So he's got, you know, we're kind of getting to the end of the season here. A lot of things that are either starting to go to seed or that have already produced what they're gonna produce for the season. He did put up some shade cloth to kind of prolong the season a little bit, but this is what I'm excited about over here. Look at this. Our lime tree is finally starting to put out some limes. We've got like 3 limes on here, which is uber cool. So he's got a bunch of stuff going on over here right now. We had a ferret in the garden he was trying to catch, but he didn't catch it. This part of the pasture. So we've got the garden behind me. I've got the creek, which is dry right now because it's summer, next to me here. And then we've got our poultry out here in the pasture. Basically, he's torn everything out here. This was all garlic for the most part and some onions, and that's all done for the season now. He's already harvested all that. Poor guys are definitely hot today. So then we walk back this way. Nice view of the pasture. Remember guys, we are in Southern California, so by the time the end of August rolls around, everything kind of dries out and starts to look like tumbleweed. All right, so traveling on. Go through the rest of the garden here. We've got, as you can see, everything growing here. He's actually got a little bit of corn right here, which I didn't even realize he was growing, but there it is. I guess he decided not to plant it in the pasture, or if he did, it didn't do well. I don't know, I didn't get the scoop on that. But yeah, so all of this back here is all the creek that runs along here. And then we'll go this way. So this actually butts up to the pool, as you can see. We built this fencing, all these raised beds, everything Mike has built. This butts up to the back end of the pool. This is another little gate here that keeps the dogs basically out of his garden. This was supposed to be temporary. It's been a minute, and so it's feeling less temporary and more permanent at this point, but that's all right. So we've got Frankie's Playhouse up here. And it's built over this grotto that it's another project. We would like to take it out and do it properly so that we could actually put water in it. It's got a little place to sit. It's got a little walkway bridge here. But because they built it with concrete, the water just seeps right out of it. And so it won't hold water, so we can't put fish or turtles or anything over here. This time of year, it's just catching leaves. So every few weeks we have to go in and kind of empty it out. So this is our patio area, basically, that wraps back around here. So this is sort of like, you know, where we do the barbecuing. Mike, we just got our chlorine delivery, do our barbecuing. This is where we, you know, we do a lot of outdoor projects kind of over here in the shade of this tree. Of course, we have the hot tub for after stressful days at work, relaxing in there. And then the other side of Frankie's Playhouse. The next portion of the fencing here, they're gonna get loud because I'm walking over here now. Keep in mind too, we're still finishing up that construction. It's a big project, so if you see like tools out and debris, it's all from that. So it's not the best time to be giving you guys a tour, but I'm gonna be nice and go ahead and do it. So of course we've got the pool here. And looks like we had some wind earlier today, so it looks like some of the cushions kind of blew over. That was not like that this morning. We built all this fencing and this deck here. This was all just dirt when we moved. We've got this back area here that butts up to the creek. Linda's very upset. So this pen, we've used it for various animals over the years. We actually have it kind of pretty ripped apart right now. We did wire it for electricity. The plan was to put the goats back here. That didn't go well. So right now, this is just basically wasted space at the moment. I'm not sure. We have talked about basically opening this portion up, so extending the pool area and making this a bigger patio and doing like an outdoor pergola for barbecue with the outdoor fridge and all of that stuff. But again, another project. We're not done with the other project yet. Time and money. It's all time and money. You can see, I'll try to show you guys here. You can see through here, that is literally where the water runs, is like just right there when there's water. Right now, dry as a bone. But lots of coyotes through there, lots of critters. So there's actually, you see randomly too in the creek, there's palm trees growing. That's because this property on the other side of us, that is now a cattle pasture. It's got, it was originally a palm tree farm, which I guess didn't go well. So because of that, there's like random palm trees that kind of, the seeds and things migrated that way. Mike's got his shed over here. More storage, basically. You can walk into it from this side, or you can walk into it from the front side. We've got some extra pens over here, which eventually are gonna get demolished. So, but these are basically gonna get ripped out. The last windstorm that we had, where we had 90-mile-an-hour winds, it ripped this off. So again, another project that has to be done. A little patio space kind of right back here. And then we come through this gate to the farm side. Here on the farm side, this is where all the animals reside, with the exception of the birds out in the pasture. This is a shady area where the birds this time of year love to hang out and stay. We've got, I go through here and sweep like every other morning, or sometimes in the evening. I'll probably end up doing it tomorrow morning, or maybe tomorrow evening. We'll see. Sweeping this walkway, because as you can see, the birds like to dust over here and they move the bark. So I come through and sweep all of this off. And then here we have our gallows. So this is where we string up the pigs, the lambs, anything that's big for butchering. This tree grew a lot this spring. As you can see, it's very overgrown into the gallows, so we're gonna have to cut that back. This is where we do it. There's actually a drain over here, and of course we have running water, so it's easy to process out and skin into primals and go from there. Got the animals over here. Got our, looks like the turkeys have been knocking over the water basin. So, and I dump that and refill it every day. And every day, it's a mess. Every day. This area, of course, butts up to the pool. On the other side of this is the hot tub. And then this whole area is basically where the birds and the lambs kind of have free reign over here. And just, see, that's what the turkey, they just literally walk over the edges of that and then they fold it in. So every day I have to fix it, but yeah. So, and everybody's molting right now too. So there's feathers everywhere. So this is their chicken coop, the turkeys. Everybody hangs out in here, these turkeys, because they have a short shelf life. These guys are gonna go to winter camp relatively soon, probably in about a month. they'll be going. So over here, this shed, eventually we want to tear it down and kind of rebuild. This has been a lot of wasted space. When we moved here, this was full of stuff from the previous owner, and we've gotten rid of 99% of it. But there's still just like a little bit of odds and ends here. And then we've kind of ended up, you know, I've got like an extra water here and an old trough and things like that. So still kind of working on that. This is the lamb's pen right now over here. This is where they sleep at night. And as you can see, I did not muck it out yet today. That's for this evening. You just gotta save something for this evening, right? Because you know, you gotta do chores all the time, constantly. So these jennies are also gonna be going. We built this structure for them and the peafowl. And we got one drake in there, he's gonna go. So those 4 jennies and that drake are gonna go bye-bye soon as well. And then I'll just have my peafowl in here. I've got my brooder. These guys are ready to go to the pasture. This last 2 batches of Cornish have just taken forever to mature. So I'm kind of having to give them a little bit longer before I move them, which is kind of not ideal, but is what it is. And then over here, to keep everybody else out, we've got our quail pen over on this side. And then over here, we've got our little wood shed that we built to keep our cord of wood nice and happy and dry. There you can see the mountains off in the distance there, and the palm tree farm where the cows chill out. Got our lovely handy dandy propane tank and our dump truck right there that attaches to our little trailer when we're moving stuff. Cargo container where we store all of our feed, some tools, my hay, all that stuff goes in there. And I had my friend's son, Nick, is a very talented artist, and he painted the peacock and the flamingo for me, which you can't see right now because this pomegranate tree is about going off right now. So lots of pomegranates that will be harvesting soon, but that needs to be cut back too. So, and I didn't put my buckets away this morning because I was in a hurry. So I didn't put them back in the container. So there's that. You know, again, still under construction. So all of this is ripped out, and we've still got our saws out here from doing the tile. There's the backside of the chicken coop. It's like the backside of water, like when you're on the Jungle Cruise ride. Yeah, there you go. There's our little mud room. That's where I go through to go back and forth to the house, and I have my muck boots and my dirty Crocs and all that in there, and our couple of freezers leading into the pantry. Obviously this siding has not been painted yet or finished. That's really it, guys. I mean, I didn't take you to every little nook and cranny, but I took you to most of them. We don't have a whole lot of land. Of course, we wish we had more, and we try to utilize the space as best we can. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you get the notification.